Hey guys, it's MandaPanda, and today is Fan Custom Friday, where I pick one of my fans' custom OC ponies and I make it in real life on my channel. And this month's winner is Rosebush. She was submitted to me by Aaliyah and Carla Garcia. Rosebush loves being around animals. Her favorite colors are green and red, and she's super helpful and kind to all her friends. So let's get started on Rosebush. Fluttershy is going to be transforming into Rosebush. I'm starting off by removing her cutie mark and her eyes with some acetone. And she's going to look a little weird without eyes, but that's okay. We're going to give her some more in a little bit. Now we're going to have to take off her head, and you do that by twisting the head to the side and it'll pop right out. Using an X-Acto knife, I'm going to make a series of little tiny cuts all around the neck plug, and then I'm going to remove it with some pliers. And be careful with this part, little pandas, because X-Acto knives are sharp and I don't want anybody to cut themselves, so ask for your parents' help. And the neck plug will come out just like that, and I'm going to put it to the side for later. And I'm going to repeat this process with the body. And see, there it goes, it's all missing. Now I'm gonna take out the hair. The tail's super easy, you just pull it right out, and there's gonna be a silver washer on the inside. You can just toss that and the hair because you're not gonna need it anymore. I'm gonna remove her hair, and I'm using some really big scissors, and I'm going to cut as close as I can to the root, and I'm gonna go back in with some smaller scissors and get the hair very short, and then I'll go in with my pliers and I'm gonna pull the plugs of hair out from the inside, and then it is all ready to be customized. I'm going to paint the entire body with Sally Hansen Let Snow, which is a bright white color just like Rosebush. And I'm gonna go in and put 2 coats on the body and on the head. And I get lots of comments about using nail polish, and I use nail polish because it's just my personal preference. I like using it, I like the way it applies. I like it a lot more than acrylic paint, but any of my customs that I do using nail polish, you can always use acrylic paint and get the same look. And I've never had any problems with my customs peeling or chipping or anything like that. And here's Rosebush's body. The base color's down and it's dry, and it's time to start all the details. So she has light pink down at the bottom of her legs on her hooves, and I'm going in to recreate that look with Sally Hansen Afflorable. I'm dabbing the nail polish directly onto a very small cosmetic sponge, and then I'm just going to tap off the excess nail polish on a piece of paper so that way the color is not too strong. I'm going to lightly tap that sponge at the bottom of the legs to recreate Rosebush, and I'm going to do this on all 4 legs, and this is actually a little bit too light for me, so I'm going to go in with a second coat. So this is all done and it looks really cool. It's time to also get the pink on her wings. I'm going back in with the same color, and I'm going to put a layer of pink at the tip of her wings, the front and the back. Now the brush that comes with the nail polish is too big to get all the way down to the bottom, so I'm going to use a very small paintbrush, and I'm going to put some nail polish on that paintbrush so that way I can get into the really tiny ridge in between both layers of the wing. So I'm going to do that right now, just like this, and it looks a little uneven, so I'm going to go in and give it another pass with the nail polish. There you go, that looks so good, and I'm going to repeat that on the other wing. I really love rosebush. I love flowers, and I love the idea of a pony having flowers kind of wrapped all over her body like a garden. And I'm going to start drawing all those vines. To do that, I had bought this special nail polish, but I actually really hated it. The color was not strong at all. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to just switch out the brushes, and I'm going to use the really fine brush from the Art Deco polish, but I'm gonna use the Wet n Wild nail polish, which is a super dark green color. So I'm just going in, taking that very fine tipped nail polish brush, and I'm just going to kind of draw in some wavy squiggly lines that look like rose vines crawling up her legs, just like this. And I'm gonna go all around the leg, the front and the back, and then I'm also going to paint the little tiny leaves. And if your custom OC pony wasn't selected this month, please don't be too bummed about that. I do this once a month, and the details for entering will be at the end of the video, guys. So maybe you'll be the lucky one next month, and if something crazy happens, like these videos get, I don't know, 1 million views or something crazy like that, I might start doing them twice a month. I haven't decided. If you want me to do them twice a month, give this video a thumbs up and I will think about it. I'm just getting all these vines in. I've gotten all the vines in, and now it's time to put in the super tiny leaves. So to do the leaves, I'm just basically drawing 2 little, I don't know, little half moon shapes almost, and then it looks like a leaf, just like that. And I'm just going to randomly put leaves all over her legs. And it's so whimsical. That's the word for her. She's so whimsical, like the secret garden or something like that. Now, to give the leaves a little more detail, I'm going in with this brighter green color that I picked up, and I'm gonna go in and just lightly tap the brush into the middle of the leaves. So now the leaves have a two-toned effect and they really stand out on her legs. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that on every single little leaf that I've drawn. And it's all dry, but it's not done. So I am actually going to add a little bit to Aaliyah's custom. Hope you don't mind. I decided to put some more roses on rosebush. I'm thinking a rose here and a rose there. To do that, I am going to be using some nail decals. So I got tons of them, but I'm gonna go with this cute pink rose here. These are very similar to the little temporary tattoos that you put on your body. I'm gonna go in and I'm going to actually cut out the really tiny flowers, the little roses. These are the smallest ones. So I'm gonna cut them out, take off the film, and then you just dip them in some water, and then the image will detach from the paper backing. So I'm just gonna get all the flowers in there. So I'm gonna do 4 flowers, 1 on each leg. And so I'm gonna just use some tweezers. And see, you can see here, now that it's wet, the image just slides right off of the paper. And I'm gonna use some tweezers to gently grab that really gorgeous rose, and then you just place it wherever you want it to go, on your nail, or on, in this case, on the pony. And then with your finger, you just tap it on. And Rosebush's cutie mark is a rose, so I chose a very large rose decal, and I'm going to place it right on her flank, just like this. And once the flowers have kind of dried on a little bit, I'm going to go over that with some clear nail polish to seal everything in. Now I'm gonna start on the face. So Rosebush has just some simple arched eyebrows, and her eyelashes are very thick and gorgeous. So let's get the eyes in. I am using black acrylic paint for the eyes and a very thin brush. Her eyes to me look like a mixture of brown and green, so I'm using some green acrylic paint, and while the green is still wet, I'm gonna go in with a little bit of brown, mix it up to create a gradient effect on her eye. Now I'm gonna go in and put in her eye with a dotting tool. And then she also has a dot right in the corner of her eye, and I'm going to use that same dotting tool but white acrylic paint. Using the same technique of dabbing nail polish onto the pony, I'm going to put some pink at the tip of her ears, her nose, and on her cheeks. And I'm gonna seal everything in with a clear coat. And now it's time for her new hair. I'm using cherry pie and strawberry mousse, and I think it's a really close match to the red and the pink that Rosebush has in the drawing. So this is a full strand of hair, it's really long. I'm just going to cut that in half, and I'm using full half strands to rehair her. I've wet the strands because it makes it a lot easier to work with the hair. Since Rosebush has pink and red, I'm going to do one side pink and one side red. And using my rehairing tool, I'm just going to grab a small piece of hair, and it gets stuck at the tip of this little tool here, just like this. And then you press that needle directly into the hole, and just like that, the first plug of hair is in. Sometimes you gotta press it a little hard. There you go. And you see inside where the hair is kind of tucked in there. And then you just repeat that process over and over again until you've completely finished. And once I finish with the red on the right side, I'm gonna go in and put the strawberry mousse, so that light pinky color, on the left side. Rosebush is really coming together. I really love this hair combination, it's so cute. And once all the hair is in, you're gonna have to secure it. And I'm gonna secure it using some fabric glue. I'm going to pour the glue directly into the head, and then I'm gonna use a Q-tip to make sure and press that glue into every single strand of hair, every hair plug that's in there. You wanna get glue on it and let it dry completely. Now it's time to do the tail. And this is the easiest part. So this is half a strand of hair, a mixture of the pink and the red. I'm using a twist tie. I'm gonna secure that twist tie around the hair and then poke it through the tail hole. Using my pliers, I'm going to pull that hair out, and this is actually a lot of hair, so I'm gonna have to pull it really hard. Okay, there it goes. And then you take off the twist tie, and using a zip tie, you're just going to secure that hair by twisting that zip tie super hard so none of the hair can get loose. Cut off the excess, and then you can pull the tail through, and just like that, it is completely done. Super easy. And using some E6000, I'm going to put her all back together. Here's Rosebush. Aaliyah and Carla, I hope that you love Rosebush as much as I do. And if you live in one of the countries that I ship to, please send me a message with your name and your address so I can get her mailed to you, and make sure you ask your parents' permission first. And stay tuned, guys. The giveaway details are coming right up. Thank you so much for watching, Little Pandas. Until next time, bye. Want to see your custom OC pony made in real life on Fan Custom Friday? It could happen. Submit a drawing of your OC pony along with a short story about him or her, and be sure to include the OC's name. Once a month, I will choose one pony to create in real life on my channel. Anyone can enter, no matter where you live. and it's completely free. I'll even mail you the finished pony depending on what country you live in. I currently only ship to the United States, Canada, UK, and Australia. There are 3 different ways to submit your OC pony. You can either message me on Facebook or comment on my Facebook page, facebook.com/MandaPanda Toy Collector. You can message me on Instagram at MandaPanda Toy Collector, or you can mail me your drawing and your story to MandaPanda P.O. Box 65105, San Antonio, Texas 78265.